Hello Bradford City fans, just a quick update video on Bradford City as I've been away for the last week or so, and there's been a couple of things going on down at Valley Parade that I wanted to talk about. The first thing, obviously, we've signed Welch, the trialist, that we've had with us all summer. He was released by Everton at the end of last season. He's had a couple of loans out before while he was at Everton, one down at Forest Green and one away in Belgium. The club he actually played for in Belgium went bust, so that loan got cut short. But he's been with us all season and really impressed Graham Alexander and impressed the supporters, I think, when they've seen him in the friendlies. I actually saw him at Accrington and I wasn't actually that impressed, but I believe that in the other friendlies he's done really, really well. He's 6'6", so he's a big lad, he's quick, he's good on the ball, and he looks like he's going to be competition for Matt Pennington on that right-sided centre-back position. We needed another centre-half, I think, because the fact that we play three means we need to have a lot of depth in that position, and he looks like he'll provide that. He's at a good age, so hopefully he can develop with us, and if he kicks on, you never know, maybe we'll have another Jensen Metcalf type scenario on our hands. Another signing that was made back end of last week was Nick Powell, re-signing for the club for another season. Nick Powell obviously came last summer, joined towards the end of last summer, having had a lot of injury problems at the back end of his career at Stockport. And to be fair, he struggled a lot at City, got a really bad hamstring injury away at Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, and never really played for us too much in the majority of the season, but came back towards the end of last season and provided really, really useful cameos from the bench down the middle, really, as a sort of target man who could hold the ball up, win the ball in the air, using his experience, and was a real asset for us towards the end of last season, coming on in that role, and scored obviously the goal at Barnsley as well, his first goal for the club. Appears, touch wood, to be over his injury issues, because he's had a full pre-season with us. He's been away to Austria. He's proved his fitness. Graham Alexander wanted to sign him if he proved his fitness, and obviously looks like he's managed to do that. Nick Powell spoke in his interview after signing about feeling like he'd earned the contract because he's managed to stay injury free and keep himself fit all pre-season. So hopefully he can be a real asset for us in League One this season. I see him as possibly coming on late in games again, or being a bit of a rotation option with Jake Beasley, depending on how many minutes he can play. He's scored a few goals in pre-season as well, so he looks a real threat, and I think he could be an asset for us this year going forward. Like I say, as a rotation with Beasley, or coming on late for Beasley in games, and I think it could be a shrewd bit of business if he can stay fit. The last thing I wanted to talk about was obviously the game yesterday. City opened the serious stuff with a victory over Rochdale in the Carabao Cup at Valley Parade. A 2-0 victory, goals from Will Swan and from Aidan Baldwin. I actually watched the game on Sky. I was coming back from holiday and just managed to get home in time to watch the game on Sky. So I thought it was a deserved victory. I thought we were the better side, particularly in the second half. Started the game a little bit slowly. I thought Rochdale decent for the first 10-15 minutes before we took over. We did look a little bit shaky at the back at times, which worried me. Rochdale created a couple of opportunities. The big lad, is it Disarevwe or something, the centre forward, who's got a lot of goals from last season, had a couple of headed opportunities, and I think they went through one-on-one as well once, but which McCracken saved. But on the whole, we were the better side. Thoroughly deserved to win the game. Had more of the ball, more of the territory, more of the chances. Will Swan's goal obviously comes from a poor pass back from their captain Ebanks Landell. Swan slips in and scores. The second goal's a header from a corner. Good to see us scoring from a corner. It's something that we haven't managed to do a lot of in recent years. Baldwin rises high at the back post and scores. The delivery looked good from Connolly. Connolly obviously signing for the summer, defensive midfielder. Looks like that's where he's going to play, having played a lot of debate about where he's played previously at centre-half at Stockport, but played in central midfield. I think he did all right yesterday. That partnership will need building if it's going to be him and Sarcevic. Sarcevic obviously has dropped deeper into that central midfield role, playing alongside Connolly. That partnership will need work. There is worry that there isn't necessarily a specialist central midfielder in there, and it might be a position that we look to add to the squad as the August progresses and we come towards the end of the transfer window. But early days, I thought they did all right. I thought Connolly did all right, and like I said, the delivery that he had from set pieces was a lot better than we've been used to. So hopefully that can be an asset for us going forward. 2-0 victory. I think the draw is tomorrow. So we'll see who we get in the next round. Other interesting talking points around that game were that McCracken got the nod ahead of Sam Walker in goal. Sam Walker is being linked with a move to Watford. It remains to be seen if that happens or not. If it does, we will obviously need to bring a goalkeeper in. Alexander has spoken about liking having two decent keepers competing for the number one position, so Walker will definitely need to be replaced if he goes. And then the other talking point is obviously Humphries missed out on the squad. He was the big name that missed out on the squad. We had 2 extra subs yesterday, so we had 9 on the bench. Ibbotson and Lunn made the bench. Humphries didn't. Rumour is that he's been ill all week and not trained, so that could be why. If he goes, the rumours that he might leave. If he goes, I would like to see him replaced as well. So that'd be Walker and Humphries both to be replaced if they leave. On top of that, I still think the squad's a couple short anyway. Cover at right wing back. I'd like someone who could play right and left wing back, but definitely cover at right wing back. And then that would make the reason I want someone who can play both right and left is so that Torre can be used more as a left-hand sided centre half in competition with Gillespie. But really, we need someone who can play right wing back. So that'd be one of the signings I'd want to make, and that central midfield position that I talked about previously. So we need a central midfielder and a right wing back for me, and then if Walker and Humphries go, they will need to be replaced. But we've got a few weeks left to do that before the end of the window. The league season kicks off next Saturday at home to Peterborough. Let me know your thoughts on the squad and on the performance against Rochdale yesterday, and we'll look forward to the league kicking off on Saturday. Onwards and upwards with the West Yorkshire Football Show.